Okay, just going to be a short video. I promised you covering this small little boring bar that I purchased from China for about $5. It works. It seems like it's going to work really good on the Taig lathe because it's very petite, very small, and I think the starting hole that you need to drill is less than 3/8. It's a metric size, so you know, I don't exactly know what size the starting hole would be, but I do know it's less than 3/8. It's about here. Let me pull off the tailstock here, get it out of my way, and let me take out this cutter here. I've got it shimmed because it's very small, and I don't know if let me see if I can get it in focus in the camera. It uses a really small insert, like a CCMT insert, real teeny tiny insert, and it's less than, I think it's less than 1/4 of an inch. It has a flat on the top and the bottom, and the overall height where it clamps in the holder is less than 1/4 of an inch. The insert's set lower than the top. I got down, the viewer's upside down, so, and the insert, the top rake on the insert, or on the holder that creates a top rake, is about 15 degrees according to the specs. Seems like kind of a lot, but I don't know, it works okay. Let me put it back in. I don't have anything to compare the size to, but you know, here's a small little scale. You can see how small the holder is. Well, let me put it back in here. Oops. I've got some shims under here. They're not ideal. I know my tool post is adjustable, but this holder is so small and the insert's set so low that it gets out of range. So the two shims under there put it up into range so you can get this adjusted. And I noticed that the tip of the insert needs to be just a hair above center. Seems to work best. And let's see. So I've started boring a hole through here, and it's pretty good size right now. I don't know how big it is, but it's pretty good size. So let's just let's see what we got going here. I got a piece of tape. Let's see. I got a piece of tape on here, reflective tape. So let's see. We're running about 800 RPM, so that probably will slow down. And I'm not sure. Okay, let me back this out of this thing. Okay, there we go. So we're taking a cut, just a skim cut. There's no cutting oil on there. Probably feeding fairly slow. I need to I'll get the stop set up here. quite a nice little holder. And the inserts are very cheap, so I guess we're at the end of the road there. So okay, so let's I gotta get used to going backwards here. So let's take up about 12,000. So that's about 24 thousandths off the interior diameter. So there we go. Let's put a little cutting oil on there. I think there's some on this brush. Let's see. So it's taking a pretty good cut. We might be able to run the speed up a little bit. I'm sure it's was 800 to start, but I'm sure it slows, you know, 40 or 50 RPM. Probably works better in this piece of steel. It's a piece of 1018 mild steel, what I'm cutting. So this may not work so good with a piece of aluminum, but I got to remember which way to turn the dial here. Okay, so let me just make another cut here, and put a little bit more cutting oil in here. We got some stuff out of there too at the same time. Okay. Now let's go back in. I didn't look at my settings, so let's see where we're. Not sure where I was at. No, I didn't go very far. There we are, so it's 45, so there's 30 thousandths off the diameter. I'm putting very little pressure on the carriage. I mean, it just takes a light amount of pressure to hold it so it feeds. So I'm sure we could take a much bigger cut. We're 30. I know where we're at. There we are. Got a bunch of stuff in there. I don't know if we can move it out or not. There it is. Well, you can take light cuts. I can really probably crank up the RPMs for a light cut. Let's just take 10 thousandths off, and we don't need any oil or anything on there to speed up the RPMs. Okay. Gives you an idea how it works. Crud out of there. Let's see here. Cut looks pretty nice and smooth. I don't see any problems with it. See, kind of hard to look at this thing. I'm looking upside down and backwards in the viewer, so I can't figure out which way to move my hand. So there it is. I didn't have to do anything to it. The screw was sticking out just a hair on the back side, so I just hit it with a grinder. But it didn't have anything to do with the clearance of the holder itself. Anyway, nice little inexpensive holder if you're working on you know, mild steel or cast iron, which I've been doing a lot of lately. So I'm happy with it. The only thing I discovered was that at first I tried to set it the center of the work, and it needed to be a little bit above. I can't imagine why it was rubbing at all, but it was. So brought it a little bit above center, and it worked perfectly. So, anyway, that's it. Let me shut this thing off here. Okay, this is just another quick look here. I checked up a piece of aluminum, got a small bore started in it, and I'm there. So let's see, we'll take off about 20 thousandths. We're running at pretty high RPM here, looks like. I don't know, let's see what we're running at. Turned up a little bit. It's about 1500 RPM. The piece of aluminum. Gotta take my finger off here for a minute. Get a better grip on it. I feel more pressure. This is a dead end hole going nowhere. So all the crap, all the swarf's got to come out the back side here. Where were we? I went way past it, I guess. So there's where we were. Somewhere there. So there's 30 thousandths again off the diameter. Go. I don't know how that would do if I put a little WD-40 on it, but I don't know if this brush will, this is some other, but this actually works on aluminum. It's a different kind of, put a little oil on it there. See what happens. Probably gonna fly all over me. Let's take another bite off here. Doesn't seem to cut any better, make any difference. A lot of swarf coming out. There you go. Cuts the steel about the same as the aluminum. Actually, I feel less pressure when cutting the piece of steel than I do on this piece of aluminum. So, not sure. I guess it's sort of in focus there. Nice little cutter. Inexpensive. The inserts seem to be real reasonable and nice finish. No problem. Okay.